Welcome to the Boot Network's instructional video series. Once again, my name is Brandon, and this is part 2 of the CCleaner tutorial. The first part was on the installation, and the second part will be on how to use the CCleaner to benefit you and to optimize your computer. In the first part, we already installed it, so I'm going to assume that you've already installed it and you have it already booted up on your computer. So once you've booted it up, it should look something like this. It should give you these 4 options on the left-hand side. And then it should just come up in this little window. So we should be defaulted on the cleaner option. That's the option you're going to use most. In fact, that's the main purpose of this particular program. Like I said earlier in the first part, this program is primarily for optimizing your computer and cleaning out unnecessary files. It takes that extra step that your recycle bin does not when you delete things from your recycle bin. This program will actively go through your various programs that you use most often, such as your Internet Explorer, your Windows Explorer, and your main operating system. Find unnecessary files, remove them from your computer, and also just reorganize things. So in this window, you do see that there's 2 columns. You have your Windows and your Applications. Windows shows you the commonly used Windows options. Like I said, Internet Explorer, Windows Explorer, your operating system, and then advanced additional items. Your applications are your third-party programs, such as Google Chrome, various applications from either Adobe or your Office programs. And then if you scroll down, there's even more options from other third-party programs. So the checkboxes means that the CCleaner program is going to go through these various programs, find unnecessary or unused files, delete them, and then reorganize the actual folders so that your computer can find files and manage its memory better. And what that'll mean is overall your computer will run a little bit faster, your computer will be less bogged down, and in general you'll see a slight increase to the performance. So once you go through here, you'll actually be able to, let's say you don't want your internet history to be deleted, you like the websites that your internet browser has saved for you, you can unclick this and CCleaner will not delete your history. But if you want your history and your cookies and your temporary internet files and other things in this checklist to be gone through, to be cleaned out, just leave them checked and just double check it to make sure that everything's correct. Most times I just leave it as default. CCleaner knows what it's doing and tends to run and not delete anything that I particularly care about. So first things first, you can click Analyze, and what Analyze will do is it'll check your computer. It'll go through let's close that. So it'll go through your various programs and your computer and find everything that it thinks is unnecessary, and it'll close out any of these applications you have running. So if you have the internet running, if you have your Windows Explorer running, it'll ask you to close those while it's doing the analysis. Then it'll finish the analysis and it'll tell you these are the files that it believes are unnecessary and weighing down your computer. So you can go through each one of these and figure out whether you want these deleted or not. Nothing's jumping out at me right now in this list as things that I believe are crucial. So what I'm going to do is just click the Run Cleaner option, and that's just going to run through the process of optimization. So it's going to warn you. It says this will permanently delete these unnecessary files. Do you want to proceed? And we're going to click OK. And it's just going to give us a status bar at the top, and it's going to give us a little details bar at the bottom, showing us what it's deleting and how long it's going to take. Shouldn't take very long. It should only take about a minute, or for us it only took 17 seconds. And it's, again, just like the analysis, it's going to tell you everything it deleted. Now once that's done, your computer will automatically have an increased performance level. If you're not seeing anything noticeable, I recommend restarting your computer. That'll help. But on top of that, now you're just going to have more memory space in your computer because it deleted a lot of files. Especially for me, it looks like it deleted almost a gig or more of files. So I'm just going to have essentially more room to save things that are important to me, such as videos or pictures or songs or documents for work. So from here, once the CCleaner has been run, you have other options of optimizing your computer. Now, this particular portion of this program, the cleaner itself, I recommend running it about once a month. If you run it more than once a week, you're not really cleaning out very many files, so it's not going to show any noticeable difference in your computer's performance unless you do it kind of on a monthly schedule. So from here, we're going to click on Registry. Registry is not necessarily important. I'm only just showing it because it's an option here. What this does is it scans for issues in your registry files to see if there's anything that's lacking, any holes in your registry files. You're not going to use it nearly as much as you're going to use your cleaner. I'd recommend using this maybe once in every 4 or 5 months, maybe half a year. All you have to do is click Scan for Issues. It's going to tell you, here's all your missing DLLs, here's all your missing extensions, sort of things like this. And this is a lot easier to use than your cleaner because all you have to do is click Scan and then Fix. And then do you want to make it backup? You don't necessarily have to. I usually say no. And then just click Fix All Selected Issues. And it should do it almost instantaneous. Issues will be fixed. You click Close, and now you see there's no issues found. Next, we're going to move on to Tools. It's right underneath Registry and Cleaner. Now, this is more important than Registry and Cleaner, mostly because you're going to be using this more often. So you'll see you have this little inner column. You have Uninstall, Startup, Disk Analyzer, Duplicate, Finder, System Restore, and Drive Wiper. In the Uninstall option, what this screen allows you to do is go through your various programs that you haven't used in a while, or you don't really know why they're on your computer. Maybe somebody else downloaded them and you want to remove them. All you have to do is find the one you want to remove, such as CCleaner itself, and then just click Uninstall. You can also delete all the files entirely by clicking the Delete button. You should start off by uninstalling it first, however. Uninstalling it will remove the application, and then deleting it will remove all the files concerning that particular application. Now the startup option, this determines what programs run on the startup of your computer. And you'll notice they're divided into various options. Windows is right as soon as you turn on your computer, these particular programs will run. To make sure they don't run, all you have to do is click on them and click Disable. If you want them to run on the startup of your computer, you click Enable. So I don't want Skype to run when I start up my computer, so I just click Disable. I don't want Jing to run when I start up my computer, so again I just click Disable. If I want to re-enable them, all I have to do is click Enable. So now, when I turn on my computer, neither of these programs will run. You'll notice that there's also other sections such as Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, scheduled tasks, that sort of thing. These are the various applications that will run when a particular program is booted up. Windows, being your operating system, these are all the programs that are going to run as soon as you boot up your entire computer, whereas these are more specified. These only run when you boot up certain programs. So if there's a particular app you don't like when Google Chrome runs, you can just click on it and do the same thing, click Disable. Next, we're going to move on to the Disk Analyzer. The Disk Analyzer just breaks down what's taking up memory on your disk. So all you have to do is click Analyze, make sure you're selecting the disk that you want to run or the drive that you want to run. Click Analyze. And it's going to show you kind of the breakdown of what is taking up the most space in your hard drive. I'll just show it as a little graph right here, and I give you a little scroll bar right here. Next, we're going to move on to the Duplicate Finder. Duplicate Finder is not that important. Duplicate Finder just finds duplicate files in your computer, but the CCleaner normally takes care of that, so I'm just going to skip this for now. We're going to move on to the System Restore, and then finally the Drive Wiper. So System Restore will allow you to completely restore your system back to its original factory settings. There will be another video that we post to our YouTube page talking about how to make a backup of your disks and your drives and your files. I don't recommend going into a system restore unless you are fully and completely backed up and all your files are saved. And if a full wipe or a system restore scares you, we can do that for you. So for now, let's just skip system restore and move on to drive wiper. This completely erases a hard drive. Like I said, with the system restore, unless you have a backup of your files, I don't even recommend touching these. I just want to show you that these are part of the CCleaner. And then finally, your options. This will allow you to go through your various options of how this program works, and it'll also allow you to upgrade to the Pro version of CCleaner if you like the free version so much that you'd like to invest money in this program. This is where you can go to upgrade. Now finally, in the bottom right hand corner, there's this check for updates option. I recommend clicking this every time you start up CCleaner just to see if there's a new version that detects malicious files or seeks out duplicate files or unnecessary files that the previous version of CCleaner did not. So for the most part, that concludes how to use CCleaner. It's a very good optimization tool. Because it's free, it is not necessarily going to optimize your computer fully. It's just a very good free option to clean up unnecessary files, to free some space, and to improve your performance slightly. Again, my name is Brandon, and I look forward to talking to you guys in our next video.